Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. What's truly holding you back? What invisible chains are keeping you from the life you know deep down you were meant to live? If you're here, if you're hearing these words, then I know you feel it. That restless hunger inside of you, that fire that refuses to be extinguished, that whisper in the back of your mind telling you that there has to be more. And let me tell you something, you're right. There is more strength, more success, more purpose, more of the life you deserve. But to reach it, to grasp it with both hands, you have to unleash something deep within you, a force so powerful, so unstoppable, that once you tap into it, nothing can stand in your way. Today is not just another day. Today is a turning point. Today is about waking up to your own power, breaking the chains of doubt, and making a decision that will alter the course of your life forever. And that decision is simple. No more waiting, no more playing small, no more letting fear dictate your choices. Most people go through life like they're driving with the brakes on. They hesitate, they overthink, they stay in the comfort zone because it feels safe. But let me ask you, when has playing it safe ever led to greatness? When has hesitation ever built empires, shattered limits, or written history? It hasn't. Because life isn't meant to be played on the sidelines. Life is meant to be lived fully, fearlessly, unapologetically. If you want to transform your life, if you want to break free from the mediocrity that has kept you stuck, then you have to let go of the excuses. Let go of the stories you keep telling yourself about why you can't. Those stories, the ones about why you're not smart enough, not strong enough, not lucky enough, they are nothing but illusions, lies. They are chains designed to keep you in place. And if you buy into them, if you continue to believe in your limitations, then you will never know what you're truly capable of. But if you're ready to break free, if you're ready to claim the life you were meant to live, then right here, right now, you have to make a choice. It doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter what's happened to you. It doesn't matter how many times you've failed, been knocked down, or told you weren't enough. What matters is where you're going, who you decide to become today. Because the past does not define you unless you allow it to. The only thing that defines you is the decision you make in this moment. So decide. Decide that from this day forward, you are in control. That from this day forward, you are the author of your story. That you will not live by default, you will live by design. Because the moment you make that decision, the moment you claim your power, nothing and no one can stop you. I won't lie to you, this path is not easy. It requires courage. It requires discipline. It requires you to stare your fears in the face and say, no more. It requires you to push beyond the pain, to break through the barriers, to silence the doubt, and to step into the unknown. Because greatness is never found in comfort. Success is never built in safety. The life you dream of exists beyond your fears, beyond your limits, beyond the walls you've built around yourself. And if you want it, truly want it, you have to be willing to risk. Risk failure, risk rejection, risk discomfort. Because every great achievement, every legendary success, every person who has ever defied the odds started exactly where you are right now with a choice to rise, a choice to act, a choice to believe. I know what you're thinking. I don't have the resources. I don't have the skills. I don't know where to start. But let me tell you something. Success isn't about resources, it's about resourcefulness. You already have everything you need inside of you. You don't need permission. You don't need someone to give you an opportunity. You just need to believe in yourself enough to create one. The problem isn't that you lack ability, it's that you've forgotten how powerful you truly are. And the moment you remember that, the moment you step into your power, you will start to see the world differently. Obstacles will no longer be roadblocks, they will be stepping stones. Problems will no longer hold you back, they will sharpen your resilience. The moment you shift your mindset, the moment you stop seeing limitations and start seeing possibilities, you will become unstoppable. Your life can change in an instant. It doesn't take years. It doesn't take months. It takes one decision, one defining moment where you choose to take back control. And this right here, right now, could be that moment for you. The moment where you stop settling, the moment where you stop waiting, the moment where you finally say, this is my time. Because one day you will look back on this moment and you will either say that was the day everything changed, or you will say, I wish I had. And the difference between those two realities? A choice. So choose. Choose to expect more from yourself than anyone else ever could. Choose to live up to the vision inside of you. The one you've been holding on to for years, the one you've been too afraid to chase. I don't care how big your dreams are, they are possible. I don't care how wild your vision is, it is within reach. But only if you commit, not just when it's easy, not just when you feel motivated, but every single day, with every single action, no matter how difficult, no matter how inconvenient. Because the truth is, the only thing standing in your way is you, your doubts, your fears, your belief that you're not good enough, not ready, not worthy. But let me tell you something. Those thoughts, those voices of doubt, they are nothing more than illusions. They are not facts. They do not define you. The only thing that defines you is what you choose to believe. And if you choose to believe in your limitations, you will live by them. But if you choose to believe that you are unstoppable, that you are capable of achieving more than you ever imagined, then nothing will stand in your way. Because the most powerful force in your life is belief. And if you believe in yourself, if you believe in your vision, if you believe that you are meant for more, then nothing can stop you. Nothing. So now I ask you again, what's holding you back? And more importantly, are you finally ready to let it go? What needs to be adjusted? What needs to be refined? What needs to be strengthened within you? When you own your power, failure stops being something to fear and starts becoming a stepping stone to success. It becomes proof that you are in motion, that you are stretching beyond your limits, that you are daring to reach for more. Because the truth is, every person who has ever achieved something great has failed repeatedly. But they didn't stop. They didn't let their setbacks define them. They used them. They learned from them. They grew because of them. And that's exactly what you must do. Right now, I want you to take a moment and picture the highest version of yourself. The you that has already achieved your wildest dreams. The you who walks with confidence, speaks with certainty, moves through life with unshakable purpose. Feel that energy. Imagine what it's like to wake up every morning excited, driven, unstoppable. Now ask yourself, what's stopping you from being that person right now? The answer isn't talent, it isn't luck, it isn't circumstances. The only thing standing between you and that version of yourself is your willingness to step into your power, to own it fully, to stop waiting, stop doubting, stop hesitating, and start living as the person you were always meant to be. This isn't about pretending to be fearless. It's about acting in spite of fear. It's about realizing that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision that something else matters more. Your dreams, your potential, your purpose, they matter more. And the moment you decide that, the moment you shift your mindset from limitation to possibility, everything changes. Because when you truly step into your power, you no longer let circumstances dictate your life. You no longer let fear make your decisions. You no longer shrink yourself to fit into the expectations of others. Instead, you rise. You take control. You create your own opportunities. You build your own doors instead of waiting for someone to open one for you. That's the power of ownership. That's the power of shifting your mindset from passive to active, from reactive to intentional. And here's the truth. Once you tap into this power, once you fully embrace the fact that you are in control of your destiny, nothing will ever be the same again. You will move differently, speak differently, Show up differently. People will notice. They will see the fire in your eyes, the certainty in your voice, the unstoppable energy in your presence. And they will wonder, what changed? And the answer is simple, you did. So now, in this moment, I challenge you, no, I dare you to make the choice. The choice to stop letting fear and doubt rob you of your potential. The choice to stop making excuses and start making progress. The choice to own your power so fully, so unapologetically, that the world has no choice but to take notice. Because this is your time, this is your moment. And the only thing standing between you and the life you were meant to live is the decision to step up, to believe in yourself, and to take relentless, unstoppable action. So tell me, are you ready to claim your power? They don't hold as much weight as we once thought. We start to see that they were never absolute truths, just inherited ideas, old fears, or outdated assumptions that no longer serve us. And once we recognize that, we gain the power to replace them with something stronger, something empowering, something that propels us forward instead of holding us back. Imagine for a moment what your life would look like if those beliefs no longer had control over you. If the voice that said, "You're not good enough," was silenced by the truth that you are more than capable. If the thought that whispered, "You don't deserve success," was replaced with the undeniable reality that you are worthy of everything you dream of. What if instead of being held back by limitations, what if you trained yourself to see obstacles not as stop times, but as challenges designed to make you stronger? Because the truth is every limitation you've ever believed in was created by a choice to accept it as real. And that means you have the power to make a different choice. You can choose to rewrite your story, to let go of the doubts, to stand firm in the knowledge that you are capable of greatness. You don't need permission to break free from those beliefs. You don't need validation from anyone to step into your power. You simply need to decide that you are done playing small, that you are done accepting a version of yourself that is anything less than extraordinary. The process won't be easy. Reprogramming your mind, dismantling years of conditioning and stepping into a new reality requires persistence. It requires discipline. It requires an unwavering commitment to becoming the person you were meant to be. But when you make that choice, when you refuse to be held hostage by old fears and outdated stories, you unlock a new level of power within yourself. And that power transforms everything. It changes the way you show up in the world. It shifts the way you think, the way you act, the way you respond to challenges. Suddenly, you no longer see yourself as someone hoping to succeed. You see yourself as someone destined to succeed. And that shift changes your reality. So I ask you right now, what are the beliefs that have been holding you back? What are the stories you've been telling yourself that no longer serve you? And more importantly, are you ready to let them go? Because your future, your success, your transformation, it all begins with a single decision. The decision to break free. The decision to embrace your power. The decision to rewrite your story and create a future that reflects the limitless potential within you. This is your moment. The moment you step into the life you were meant to live. The moment you refuse to be defined by fear. The moment you claim your power and never look back, because you were never meant to be average. You were never meant to be limited. You were meant to rise, to lead, to inspire, and to achieve beyond your wildest dreams. So, step forward. Own your strength, break through every barrier, and show the world the unstoppable force that you truly are. Here's an extended version of that part with even more emotional depth and motivation. But perhaps the most important element of raising your standards and expecting more from yourself is the commitment to daily excellence. It's easy to talk about self-improvement, to dream big and to set goals, But true transformation happens in the details, in the small choices you make every single day, how you spend your mornings, how you handle challenges, how you treat yourself and others. These seemingly minor moments define your standards more than any big declaration ever will. Excellence is not an act, it's a habit. And habits are built in the quiet moments when no one is watching. It's in the decision to wake up early and pursue your goals instead of hitting snooze. It's in the choice to push through resistance when your mind tells you to quit. It's in the discipline to hold yourself accountable even when there's no external pressure. The person you become is shaped by the standards you enforce when the stakes feel small. Because eventually those standards dictate how you show up when the stakes are high. You have to set a new baseline for what you accept from yourself. No more half-hearted effort, no more waiting for the right moment, no more excuses. When you expect more from yourself, you stop tolerating procrastination, self-doubt, and mediocrity. You demand more, and you rise to meet that demand. You begin to hold yourself to a level of excellence that most people aren't willing to reach. You commit to a new identity, one where your actions, your discipline, and your focus align with the vision you have for your life. It won't be easy. Growth never is. You'll have to let go of old habits, push through discomfort, and face your fears head on. You'll have to outgrow the version of yourself that played it safe, that settled for less, that made excuses instead of progress. And that process can feel painful at times, because breaking through to the next level of your life often requires shedding everything that no longer serves you. But the rewards, they are beyond anything you can imagine. A life of excellence, a life where you don't just chase your dreams, you live them. A life where you don't settle for good enough, because you know you are capable of greatness. So raise your standards. Expect more, not just in the grand moments, but in the everyday ones. Hold yourself accountable. Demand the best. And when you do, you'll see that life starts to meet you at the level you decide to rise to. Because the world doesn't give you what you wish for, it gives you what you are willing to work for. And you are capable of more than you've ever imagined. You have the strength, the vision, and the determination to create a life that exceeds even your wildest dreams. But it starts now. It starts with the decision to expect more from yourself today, in this very moment. Because when you commit to raising your standards, everything in your life begins to shift. Your mindset changes. Your habits change. Your future changes. So step up. Show up. And prove to yourself that you are unstoppable. Staying focused and energized, especially when challenges arise, is not about mere willpower. It's about clarity, discipline, and an unshakable commitment to your vision. To truly focus on what you want, you must first be willing to eliminate what doesn't serve you. Distractions are everywhere, creeping into our lives unnoticed, quietly consuming our time and energy. Mindless scrolling, toxic relationships, habits that drain rather than uplift. These are the silent thieves of progress. If you're not vigilant, they'll pull you away from your true path. Take a hard, honest look at how you spend your days. Identify the habits, routines, and people that are misaligned with your goals. It may feel uncomfortable to let go, but discomfort is the price of transformation. The more you strip away what holds you back, the more space you create for clarity, purpose, and unstoppable momentum. Another powerful tool to sharpen your focus is gratitude. It's easy to get lost in what's missing, to fixate on what's still out of reach. But when you shift your attention to what you already have, you send a message to your mind. There is already abundance in your life, and even more is possible. Gratitude rewires your perspective, turning obstacles into stepping stones and setbacks into lessons. Make it a habit to acknowledge your progress, no matter how small. Recognize the resources at your disposal, the opportunities that exist right now. When you approach life with a grateful heart, you cultivate resilience, optimism, and an unwavering belief that success is not just a possibility, it's inevitable. But gratitude alone won't get you there. Self-discipline is the bridge between vision and reality. It's easy to feel fired up in the beginning when inspiration is fresh and motivation runs high, but real progress happens in the moments when motivation fades and discipline takes over. Discipline is waking up early when your bed feels too comfortable. It's choosing growth over convenience, persistence over procrastination. It's the silent, consistent effort, the promise you keep to yourself day after day, no matter how difficult or inconvenient it may be. Every act of discipline strengthens your focus, creating a foundation of consistency that propels you forward even when the road gets tough. Yet all of this means nothing without belief. You must believe with every fiber of your being that you are capable of achieving your goals. Doubt is the enemy of focus. If you allow uncertainty to creep in, it will cloud your vision and weaken your resolve. Instead, cultivate an unshakable belief in yourself. Remind yourself of the challenges you've overcome, the progress you've already made. Your dreams are not random. They were given to you because you have the power to bring them to life. When you believe in yourself without hesitation, nothing, no setback, no obstacle, no failure can break you. It's this unwavering belief that fuels your focus and gives you the courage to keep going no matter what stands in your way. But belief alone won't create the life you desire. Dreams remain dreams until you take action, massive, relentless action. Wishing for a better life is easy. Talking about your goals is easy. But transformation happens when you commit fully and completely to making them real. Taking massive action means stepping beyond your comfort zone, doing what others won't, pushing forward when excuses and fears try to hold you back. It's about making the decision that no matter what challenges arise, no matter how uncertain the path may seem, you are all in. When you take massive action, you send a powerful message to yourself and to the world that you are serious, that you are committed, that you are ready to turn your vision into reality. Action is uncomfortable. It forces you to confront your fears, to risk failure, to embrace uncertainty. But the truth is, without action, nothing changes. The comfort zone is a silent killer. It feels safe, but it's also where potential remains untapped and dreams fade into regret. If you want an extraordinary life, you must be willing to do what others won't. You must push past limitations, challenge old patterns, and step boldly into the unknown. Every action you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you were meant to live. Massive action is the difference between existing and thriving. It's the key to breaking free from mediocrity and stepping into your full power. However, taking action without direction is like running without a destination. Passion and motivation are essential, but without a clear plan, they quickly fizzle out. A plan gives your energy purpose, turning ambition into tangible progress. Set specific, measurable goals. Break them down into actionable steps. Each step should move you closer to your ultimate vision. With a roadmap in place, you won't just be busy, you'll be productive. You'll know exactly what needs to be done, and you'll have the structure to stay on course even when challenges arise. A plan keeps you focused, organized, and driven by purpose rather than distraction. But having a plan means nothing if you don't execute it. Procrastination is the enemy of success. Too often we wait for the perfect moment, telling ourselves we need more time, more knowledge, more resources. But the truth is, there is no perfect time. There is only now. Every second spent waiting is a second lost. When you take massive action, you don't wait for opportunity, you create it. Start where you are with what you have and trust that the path will reveal itself as you move forward. Stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Your future self is waiting for you to take the first step. The time to act is now. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll see results. The faster you take action, the stronger your momentum becomes. Every move you make sends a signal, not just to the world, but to yourself, that you're committed, that you're serious, that you refuse to accept anything less than success. Massive action isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about creating it. Consistency is what turns effort into results. It's what separates the dreamers from the doers, because anyone can start strong. But when the initial excitement fades, when obstacles arise, when the world throws its weight against you, what then? Do you retreat or do you push forward? Taking massive action means showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when the odds seem stacked against you. It means turning discipline into your greatest ally, resilience into your foundation, and effort into a force that cannot be denied. Success isn't a straight line. It's a winding path filled with unexpected turns, roadblocks, and setbacks. That's why adaptability is essential. When one approach fails, you pivot. When doors close, you find another way in. You don't get attached to how things are supposed to happen. You stay focused on making them happen. Adaptability isn't weakness, it's the ultimate strength. It's the ability to stay committed to your goal while being flexible in your methods. It's the mindset that ensures you don't just survive challenges, you grow because of them. And make no mistake, challenges will come. Failure isn't a possibility, it's a certainty. But what defines you is not whether you fall, it's how you rise. Resilience is the armor that protects you from doubt, from fear, from the temptation to quit. It's the belief that no matter how hard things get, you will find a way. Because setbacks aren't the end of the road. They're proof that you're on the journey. Every failure carries a lesson. Every mistake is a stepping stone. Every moment of doubt is an opportunity to reaffirm your belief in yourself. Fear is the greatest enemy of action. The fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of the unknown, these are the chains that hold people back. But fear is just a feeling. It has no power unless you give it power. The people who succeed aren't fearless. They simply refuse to let fear stop them. When you take massive action, you act despite fear. You prove to yourself that your dreams matter more than your doubts. And with each step forward, fear loses its grip. Confidence isn't something you wait for, it's something you create by stepping into the unknown and realizing that you are capable. Taking massive action also means making sacrifices. Success demands trade-offs. It means choosing long-term rewards over short-term pleasures. It means investing time in growth, in learning, in improvement, while others waste theirs in distraction. It's about prioritizing what truly matters, your goals, your vision, your future. Every sacrifice you make is a declaration to yourself and the world, you are serious, you are committed, you will not stop until you reach your destination. Accountability is the glue that holds massive action together. It's easy to let things slide when no one is watching. But when you have someone who pushes you, who reminds you of your commitments, who won't let you settle for less, everything changes. A mentor, a friend, a coach. Find someone who will challenge you to stay on track, because when you hold yourself accountable, you eliminate excuses. You become someone who follows through, who delivers, who does what they say they will do. Momentum is the secret weapon of success. The more action you take, the more progress you make, and the easier it becomes to keep going. Every small step forward fuels the next. Each victory builds confidence. Each breakthrough strengthens your belief. And before you know it, what once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. Momentum turns effort into habit and habit into destiny. But at the heart of it all, you need purpose. A deep, unshakable reason why. Purpose is what drives you when motivation fades. It's the fuel that keeps you moving when things get tough. When your why is strong enough, no obstacle is too great. No challenge too daunting. Purpose gives meaning to the struggle and turns adversity into a necessary step toward greatness. Taking massive action means taking control. It means refusing to wait for permission, for the right moment, for external validation. It means deciding right now that you are in charge of your destiny. You don't wait for life to happen. You make it happen. You step up You take responsibility. You create the future you want on your own terms. Embrace change, because growth demands it. Comfort zones are prisons disguised as safety. The only way forward is through uncertainty, through discomfort, through the unknown. Change is not your enemy, it's your greatest opportunity. When you embrace change, you become adaptable, creative, and unstoppable. You stop resisting life and start shaping it. You stop fearing the unknown and start seeing it as a doorway to new possibilities. And above all, never forget, you are capable of more than you realize. Your potential is not fixed. It expands with every challenge you overcome, every risk you take, every moment you choose action over hesitation. Step forward with courage. Claim your power. Take massive action. Because your destiny is not written, it's created. And it starts now.